All right, everybody, welcome back to IntyCenter for our first post All-Star game whip across FODEUSS. As a reminder, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're taking care of your neighbors. Stay healthy, stay calm, stay peaceful, even amidst the chaos of our lives right now. But let's get into some baseball, and I'm going to apologize to anybody whose uh, changes didn't get saved and out of the park. I went through, I had everybody set with their number one pitcher starting. I exited the game. I came back in, started running sims, and then I noticed that some of the aces got moved back. Hopefully, it doesn't impact anything too poorly, but I do apologize for not catching that before the sims happened. But with that apology out of the way, let's get on to some baseball. And one of those aces happening, we're going to call it Bob Feller being a late scratch. But Albuquerque get a great start to the second half from Addy Joss. Just so happens that the Gales of November get one from Lefty Grove as well. We had a nice pitching duel to welcome us back to baseball. Joss gives up one run on 6 hits over 5 innings. Grove gives up one run on 5 hits over 7 innings. The difference in this one would come on the very last swing of the bat. That's a walk-off solo homer from Hank Greenberg, and the Gales take a 2-1 victory. Randy Johnson, Bob Gibson, they also gave us a pretty good pitching duel to get the second half of the season underway. Each of them does give up a run in the first inning, but then they settle in. Gibson gives up only that one run on 5 hits over 6 1/3. Johnson goes the distance, but he gives up 3 runs on 8 hits. That means Sithy take the opener, 3-1. Now it was 7-2 to the home team as brand new ball players in Game of Thrones played their first of two on the 14th. But in the top of the seventh, a Buster Posey solo homer and an Alex Rodriguez grand slam tie it up at 7 in a hurry, and we'd end up needing extra innings. C.J. Abrams would double home Oscar Charleston in the top of the 10th. Jonathan Papelbon would work around a one-out single in the bottom of the 10th, and the ball players get that 8-7 win. New York State of Mound, they say extra innings, that's cute. Anything you can do, I can do better. 2 outs in the bottom of the eighth, and a pinch hit RBI single from Mike Piazza ties it up at 3. And we'd stay tied at 3 until the 13th inning. Heavy Johnson draws a one-out walk. He gets replaced by the much lighter Cool Papa Bell as a pinch runner. Bell goes first to third on a single by Mickey Cochrane, as Magnum PI says, I told him to do that. Bell then scores on a sac fly from Tommy Holmes. John Smoltz got the 1-2-3 bottom of the 13th while babbling about absolute nonsense. And New York State of Mound get the 4-3 win. But if you want a wild ending, talk about what was happening with the Demon Bags and the Surfers. San Diego was down 5-3 entering into the ninth inning. But RBI singles from Josh Hamilton and Nomar Garcia-Parra tie it up. And then a grand slam from Mike Trout unties it. That means a 6-run inning, and the Surfers take it 9-5. On to the 15th of July, where the theme is, spoiler alert, comebacks that fall just short. First in Atlanta, where the Shaq Barons lead 10-1 entering the bottom of the sixth. A solo homer from Mike Tiernan feels like a footnote to bring it to 10-2. And 2 more runs in the seventh make it 10-4. A 2-run homer from Dick Groat in the eighth makes it 10-6. And suddenly, it feels like a comeback might be possible for Atlanta. Thurman Munson and Ichiro each get RBI singles, and we're now at 10-8. And there are runners on second and third. Dave Smith gets the call from the bullpen. He gets a shallow fly out from Groat, another fly out from Orlando Cepeda, and the Shaq Barons hang on like Sloopy for a 10-8 win. Then how about Amazings? They use a 5-run inning in the bottom of the sixth to take a 6-4 lead, only for the bandwagoners to storm back with 4 of their own in the seventh. Every city adds a solo homer from Mickey Mantle and an RBI single from Yogi Berra, and the lead is 10-6. But in the ninth, it's a 1-out RBI double from Bill Terry and a 2-out RBI single from Lefty O'Doul. That makes it 10-8. We got runners on the corners. Craig Kimbrell comes in and he strikes out Biz Mackey to end the game. And that's a 10-8 win for the bandwagoners. We'll move on to our last set of games, fourth of four in these series, and it's Tarek Skubal doing Tarek Skubal things. And no, I don't mean making a throwing error by snapping the ball between his legs like an NFL long snapper. And no, I don't mean sending your designated hitter to the hospital by hitting him in the face on a foul ball. I do mean 7 1/3 innings of 5 hit, 1 run baseball. The Enhancers take down Let's Play 2 6-1 behind that start from Skubal and a pair of homers from Al Simmons. And finally, how about a homer and 4 singles from Joe Medwick? Take a bow, Albuquerque. Amen, Jedi. Avert thine eyes. This one got ugly. We did get an Ed Poire sighting, but that's because it was already out of hand. Albuquerque takes this one 16-1. That's going to do it for us this week on IntyCenter, and we will see you next time for our next whip around. FODEUSS.